Hey guys, today we are going to be making something that we are going to be using for the next 3 weeks in ELA and in social studies. We are going to be going on a trip around the world. So we are going to be making My Christmas Around the World suitcase. And in this suitcase is going to be everything that we need to go on our trip. So the first thing you need to go get is you need to get that folder that I gave you a couple weeks ago at pickup day, and it had that big envelope with all the stuff put inside it. So in there, you're going to see a folder that looks like this, and it's going to have passages stapled inside it like this on one side. Okay, so you guys, we're going to be putting in this and this. We're putting a map on the back, and we're putting handles on the front. And then, of course, you get to color the front of it. So the first thing you need is this folder that has your passages stapled inside. Go ahead and pause the video and go get that. And then I forgot to say you're also going to need a glue stick. So the first thing we're going to do with our folder and this page right here is we are going to glue it onto the front. And it doesn't really matter which side you glue it onto. You can do it on the side that has the part at the top, or you can do it on the other side. Doesn't matter. So taking our folder, we're going to glue this on here. So go ahead and pause the video and glue. I'm going to glue with it unpaused. Just glue that right to the front, and of course you can color this later and write your name right here. So like I can go ahead and write my name, Miss Shanklin. It's got it on my tag ready to go. All right, the next thing we are going to glue on the back is our map of the world. So go ahead and pause, find your map of the world. I've got to find mine. Miss Shanklin can't find her map of the world, but it looks like this. So you are going to find your map that looks like this, and you're going to glue it on the back. So this was on the front, you're gluing your map on the back. So it'll go right there. Pause the video and go ahead and glue your map down. The next thing we're going to glue down is our spot for our passport. So you need to cut this out with some scissors. I'm going to find my scissors. So we're going to cut around this. You do not want to cut on the dotted lines. You want to cut around the edges. So we're going around the edges. So I'm cutting around the edges. So I've already cut off the bottom part. Going along the side, on the top. Okay, so when I've got it all cut out, I should see kind of these flap things on here. So there's dotted lines. That means we're going to fold those. So I've got my passport. I'm going to fold these on the dotted line. I'm going to fold them backwards like this. So it was out like this, and I folded it back on the dotted line just like that. And I'm going to do that to the other two as well. So now I've got all three of my flaps folded in, and we are actually going to glue this right on the inside. So open it up the front. On the right side, I'm going to glue it near the center. So you're going to put glue along the edges of the flaps. You don't want to put it in the middle because our passport's going to stick down here like a pocket. So you want to put the glue along the edges, along the flaps you just folded down. So now I've got glue along my edges, and I'm going to put that right in the middle, like that, near the middle fold line, just like that. Push down my edges. You might have to go back and add a little bit more glue. Now it's in there just like that, and it's made like a little pocket. You want to let it dry a little bit before you stick anything in it. So your guys's should, you've got this passage in here on the right side, and your passport is on the left. So the next thing we've got to make is our pocket for our airline tickets. So go ahead and find your paper that looks like this. It's going to have some flaps and folds on it, just like our other one did. Okay, so it looks like this. Go ahead and find that. We're going to cut along the outside edges. And this is actually going to be a little pocket for our airline tickets. Every day we get to put them in here. Okay, so I've got mine cut out. Now, same thing. I'm going to fold my flaps down on the dotted line, fold them back. So now I've got them folded back like that. And I'm going to put glue on the flaps so I can glue them down. And then I'm going to take my airline ticket pass and I'm going to glue it right at the top up here. So now I've got airline tickets up here, my passport down here, and then I've got a free space. Uh-oh, my passport came up. I'm going to glue it down again. It's okay if you need to go back and add a little bit more glue. Okay, so I've got my passport and my airline tickets, and of course yours will have your passages over here, so it will look more like this. All right, now all that's left to do is we've got to make our handles, and you can make them out of construction paper. I'm going to use brown construction paper, but you can use whatever color you want, but brown kind of matches our suitcase theme, so go ahead and get some brown construction paper. All right, I've got my piece of brown construction paper. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half. Hot dog style, or hamburger style, sorry. Fold it in half, crease it. So I had it fold in half, hamburger style. Now we've got to make it into two handles like this, because every suitcase needs a handle that you get to hold on to. So now that I've got it folded in half, I am going to draw an outline of my handles where I want to cut along just on the front side of my paper. So it looks like this. So I kind of drew a little square in the middle. And then I'm going to cut right along that line I just drew. My paper is still folded. So now I've got this. And I cut on the connected side, so when you open it up, like it looks like this. But all you have to do is take your scissors and you just cut on the fold, just like that. And now I have two handles. So now I have to glue my handles. So you can take your handle and you can stick it on the inside and here behind your passages and glue it down, or you can glue it behind your map or your front part. So I can like stick this down in here like this. Maybe. I might have to cut my handle a little bit shorter. You're gonna, so I might glue mine down on that side. You want to put a lot of glue on these because your packet's going to get kind of heavy. And you just glue. So there's one. then I go to my other side so I can do the other handle. I'm actually going to put this one on the outside. Go on the handles first. And then I want to line it up with the other handles so they're not uneven. And then I just press it down to glue. I'm going to let that dry for a little bit. But once it's dry, you should have two handles that hold up your suitcase. And now you're all ready to travel around the world. So you should have your front. You've got your handles. My handle's coming off this one. Your map on the back. And on the inside, you've got your passages, your passport, and your airline tickets. And of course, you can color anything that's black and white in here. But for today, maybe just color your airline tickets, passport. You can color your topic page over here for your journal. And you can color your suitcase cover. Make sure you post a picture when you're finished on Canvas. That's your assignment for today.